Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If you're watching this video, this is where you're meant to be. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with the Lover's card. I feel like you're somebody who is extremely committed to the things that matter in your life. Like you're somebody with such a, I don't know, maybe it's just a Leo thing. You got such like a noble heart, right? That nothing can tear you away from what you truly believe in. Like you have a devotion. Like when you commit to something, you marry yourself to it. You know, this card doesn't mean romance. This card is choice. And I feel like you're somebody that when you choose something, you choose it and nothing will keep you from it. Nothing. Like you choose your goal, that's it. It's guaranteed. Stay out of the way, you know. And I think when you choose your friends, you choose your family, you choose your partner, you choose whatever, anything in life, like you're after it. And nothing better get in your way, you know. I think you're very protective of your people. Okay? This is a bond of family. And when, like, I don't know, I feel like you're the friend to have. Like, you're the friend that everybody wants. Because when you love somebody, when you've accepted somebody into your life and you've made them part of your family and you've chosen them, you know, you will protect them fiercely. You know, it's like nothing gets in between like a mama bear and her cubs. You know, that kind of idea is like you will defend your people against any kind of obstacle or any kind of, you know, threat or anything like that. And I think that this really is that kind of a closeness that you feel with your chosen people. I feel like you have a small circle, but it's a really like tight-knit isn't even a sufficient word for your circle, you know. And I feel like you don't let people in easily, but when you do, you don't let them go. And they know that they're loved and cared for by you. Yeah. So this is awesome energy. I love this one. There may also be a choice on the table for you. And we'll see. This is a card of choice, remember. This is a choice that has to be aligned with your heart. So let's see what's going on. We're going to use the Dove and Serpent spread. We got the Eight of Swords there. We have a Princess of Cups. We have a Knight of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Star. Over here we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Cool, look at that. We have another wheel, the Four of Wands. And the Empress. Holy cow. Yes, I feel that there is a choice on the table that you're trying to figure out. We're kind of overthinking it a little bit. It's kind of like your soul just is saying, let's just do it. Let's not think about it. Let's just do it. Right? Taking that step is really, go into that Empress energy there. You should say yes. Usually I don't say that, but say yes. Say yes. You're overthinking it, you know. This just popped in my head. Spirit's telling me to ask about the ring. There's like a silver ring or something that's here or that's being offered. I don't know if this could be that kind of a proposal. But I almost feel like there's something like the ring got lost, or the ring got broken, or you had to get it resized, or you had to get it fixed or repaired, or I don't know if you had to get it cut off of your finger or something like this. But something about the ring and this idea of it being split or being cut apart, something like that. Anyway, let's select our mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right here with our little octopus friend, the Eight of Pentacles, right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments below the video. Now, if we look around the room, we see major arcana cards. A lot of majors today. We got fire over here. And the fire here, this is in the position of what you don't want. This is in the position of the fear, worry, and concern. And to me, what it really feels like is that you're kind of done, like, you're done looking. You know what I mean? You want to be finally done with this cycle or this phase of life. Wow. That, I don't know if you heard that. That's our fire alarm with being tested. And I think it startled me. It came at a really interesting moment. I feel like this is kind of a red alert moment for you. The Four of Wands, as I was saying, is it's the idea that you're ready to be done with this cycle. You're ready to be out of this phase or the repetition of something. And so it kind of feels like we've been on this merry-go-round. And it could be a merry-go-round of relationships. It could be kind of a revolving door, okay, where we just keep repeating the same things, and it's just like, I just can't get there, can't find the one. Ready to be off of this merry-go-round. I don't want to keep going. I don't want to have to go through this again, you know. And I'm not saying this is about relationships, although it might be. But it's kind of like, whatever this is, we want this one choice now to be the last time I've got to make this choice. You know, whether it's about a job or a career or a friendship or a romantic partner or, you know, choosing anything. This is the choice to end all choice. Okay? Gets us off of that merry-go-round. I want to get off of this ride. I don't want to have to go through it yet again. It's like we're dating, right? And then we go out on a date, we spend some time. No, they're not the one. Okay, here we go again, around the merry-go-round one more time. And we're going to date, got to get to know somebody, and there's, nope, not the one. And we got to do it again. So I feel like this is that choice where it's like, we're not going to do it unless we know beyond the shadow of a doubt that this is the last freaking time I'm going to have to go through this process. Yeah, so that's what I'm feeling here with that fire. We got a little bit of water here. We've got air over here. And we've got a couple of earth cards. Okay, I have to say also that our Empress is water and earth. Okay, so we have a little bit of water. We got a little bit of earth here. If this works, it's really going to grow into a beautiful garden. Okay. The princesses are the potential. We feel like there could be love here. Your princess of cups under the surface is saying, like, I feel it. Something's a-stirring in my heart. Like, I feel an attraction to this. I feel like I do want it. I do like it. I'm interested in it. You know, I'd like to maybe dip my toe in the water and see how it is before we commit. Could be a job, could be a course of study. Maybe this is like you've been through a few different types of college courses and you're just like, oh, here we go again. I'm going to start one and then just say, no, that's not the one. I'm going to start another one and then say, well, maybe that's not it. Okay. And so I think now, because of this Eight of Swords, it's like I'm not going to commit to something unless I know that this is it, that this is the one. This is that 1,000% heck yes, no doubt about it kind of thing. Because once you commit to something, it would take an act of divine intervention to pry you apart from it. This is a card of union, attraction, and values. There's a meaningful choice present for you, Leo. We can't dodge it. We have to ask, is this the choice that is really going to reflect who I want to be? Is this the choice that's going to lead me to my future? Okay? And this is a choice, and I think it's been on your mind. And I think that we're having this conversation with ourselves and wondering, is this it? I think that this one feels different. Maybe it is a romantic thing. Maybe it's, the house you want to buy. Maybe you've been in the market for a house and you go and you've looked at a million houses. You look at it, you take the tour, and nope, that's not the one. We're getting tired of going round and round and round and round. Okay? Could be school, could be at home, could be work, could be love. Yeah. Notice which one, notice whether or not this option, this choice on the table energizes you. Or if it kind of feels like it's going to just be a drag, it's going to be a drain. You're trying to align your actions with your heart right now, with that spiritual heart, not just your surface level emotions. Ooh, it feels good. I'm kind of attracted to it. Ooh, it sounds good. Ooh, a bowl of ice cream. Yeah, okay. We need to think and feel kind of deeper than that. Okay? But not choosing is also a choice. I feel like we've got to make up our mind here. Because your choice is going to reveal and is going to create the self that you're becoming and the life that you're becoming. Choosing from your values. You're looking to create your Empress life. Your big rock candy mountain, your paradise. This is the best version of you living in the best version of your life. This is that choice that will lead you here. But that's the Eight of Swords, that we're sort of ruminating, we're looping back in on the same thing. It's just like, I don't know. I've been down this road before. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been on this merry-go-round for a while now, and I just don't know if this one's it. We're overthinking it right now. Rather than, we're engaging the intellect rather than just engaging the sort of the heart, the deeper spiritual, intuition or that internal guidance system, your spiritual GPS. In other words, your star. Your heart and your star together, I guess. So the Eight of Swords is interference. Our overthinking, our mind, our intellect is interfering with that divine signal, with that divine light that's trying to come in and show you your yellow brick road. The mind is so wrapped up in its own thoughts that that light's trying to come in, but we've got our screen door. The screen door is shut, and so that can't really get in so well. Whatever it is, I don't know. I guess light could come in through the screen door pretty easily. But the mind is sort of creating a bit of a fence, a bit of a filter, right? Just a complex bundle of thoughts that's really preventing that starlight from getting in and really showing you what's what and allowing you to even see out, right? You know how you look through a screen door and you can still see outside, but like kind of not so well. It's kind of like it's shaded, You're looking through a glass darkly, and we can't see the yellow brick road that's before us. So it really is interfering with our ability to see what the star is trying to show us. Your soul is trying to show you the path forward and how this choice is leading you to your friggin' Emerald City, to your best life, your big rock candy mountain, your paradise, your Garden of Eden, your oasis. Okay? So what we need to do is declutter the mind. Too many voices, too many opinions, too many ifs, ands, or buts. We got to reduce the input. Less news, less social media, less people around you giving you advice. Okay? I kind of feel like maybe someone else's opinion got stuck in your mind recently. Yeah, something like that. Focusing on this priority decision, letting everything else kind of take a back seat. And don't confuse thinking about it with doing something about it. The thought process is not the choice. So right now it could be that we're feeling kind of stuck. We're looping in on something here. Maybe we need to take a walk, take a shower, go to a different room, kind of take a little break from it. this is too much of the mind feeling like it needs to understand everything or figure everything out, because the mind likes control. The mind wants to know how every action I take, every step I take is going to lead exactly down a certain pathway. The mind likes to have that kind of certainty and that kind of control, likes to know the outcome, likes to control the outcome. Okay? So something has hijacked our thoughts and now has multiplied it into noise. We've got to clear the mental clutter. We've got to simplify our thoughts, because that's going to free us. Okay? Because right now we're wrapped up in this tangle of Christmas lights. And we can't hear the intuition, we can't feel the intuition, we can't see the starlight that's trying to come through from this future position. Like Spirit's trying to show you the way, but we're stuck in this figure 8 loop of thoughts, this rumination. We're stuck in that tangle of Christmas lights. Okay? Under the surface, you have a Princess of Cups. This is a message. This is an emotional awakening. Something from your heart is kind of like, it's starting to bubble up from underneath. You may be having a little dream that's kind of, trying to talk to you. Some synchronicities are going on. There's these subtle feelings, okay, that are happening. And I think that it's something inside of you that wants to move forward. You're feeling the feelings here. You're feeling the attraction. Yeah. But at the same time, you're trying to protect yourself, because we don't want to go through this whole process again. I don't want to go down, and maybe this was like I had a bad relationship, and I don't want to go down that road again. I don't want to go around that merry-go-round repeatedly. Okay? But something in your heart is waking up. And this is sensitivity. Your soul here, this is like an emotional antenna. This is an instrument that's tuned to your soul's frequency. Now, we can't always let the Princess of Cups drive the car, but we could use it as a data point. We can say, okay, you know what? I feel drawn to this thing. I like that option. I think my heart, if I just had to just sort of blurt out an answer, the Princess of Cups would say, yeah, let's go do it. It feels good, Listen to your heart. We don't have to just automatically do everything that it wants to do, because very often the Princess of Cups is going to run toward pleasure and run away from pain. Okay? It's still a data point. Okay? It's still sort of giving us that subtle confirmation that this feels right. There's something that feels aligned about this path. Okay? But protect your feelings as you are, but listen to them. Because there's a message coming from your heart right now. And I think we've got to maybe dip that toe in the water. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the Knight of Pentacles. This is a very practical card. The Knight of Pentacles is looking into the future. Usually looking at the 10 of Pentacles, but I think in this case, obviously looking at the Empress. Because we're having that pause, that reflective moment, and we're thinking of the long-term life that we're building. Okay? We're thinking in big picture construction. We're thinking of the long-term path. And to see if this choice is aligning us with our long-term goal. Is this the choice that's going to lead me to my Empress life? We're beginning with the goal in mind, as I've been saying lately. We have to begin with the goal, with the end. Begin with the end in mind. So think of your Empress life. What is this for you? You got your pets, your plants, your people. It's a life where it's, the effort you put in is being returned to you. Everything's growing. It feels good. It's a living thing. So there's ups and downs, twists and turns. But this is the life you want. This is who you are, where you are, when you are, doing what you're doing, with whom is around you, whomever. This is that paradise. This is that good life that you're after, the goal for you, okay? And the Knight of Pentacles has to see that and then reverse engineer it, okay? Work your way backwards to think, okay, well, what do I got to do right now? What's the choice I have to make right now that's going to put me on that path to get to that life? Okay, this is long-term planning, long-term commitment. And you're making a very practical and grounded decision. You're listening to your heart. You're listening to you've been listening to your mind, and I think it's kind of time to maybe not do that as much. Now it's time to listen to your heart and try to calm the mind down. It's not that we're going to let the heart take over, but we're going to let the heart sort of feel what it's feeling while we calm the mind down so that the Knight of Pentacles, the very practical side of you, can see the yellow brick road and know exactly the choice to make right now that's going to keep us on that yellow brick road, that's going to lead us here. Okay? We're patiently building that future. And whatever this choice is, it is your commitment to your long-term future. And you're making that decision slowly and thoroughly and based on facts, based on feelings, based on intuition, not based on the fear, the fear-based rumination. Okay? You're trying to build a future here. And so we have to know if this is a choice that is just a temporary gratification, if it's just going to be one more trip around the merry-go-round, or if this is going to be really the Wheel of Fortune kind of opportunity. What we don't want is just a temporary thing, that'll be over in a week. What we want is the Wheel of Fortune opportunity. This is something that's going to take us all the way to the top. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune is the spiral road, whereas the Four of Wands is just the kind of flat circle, right? We want the spiral, not the circle. But the mind here is having a difficult time seeing that road ahead. Okay, so maturity here is your willingness to invest in something that will outlast your immediate gratification. Because we may say, yeah, I can choose that. I can say yes to that now, and my Princess of Cups will be very happy. But is it just a temporary thing? The Four of Wands, all the fours of the tarot, remind us about impermanence. Okay? We don't want something that's just going to be impermanent. Of course, we make the argument everything's impermanent and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fine. But in our relative earthly life here, whatever this choice is, you want to make sure that it's something that is for the long term. It's not just going to be a short-lived little thing. We don't want a temporary job. You want a clear career path to your long-term wealth or financial independence or whatever it might be, right? If this is a relationship, you want the relationship that's going to be long-term. Build a family, build a life together. Not something that's just going to be a little fling that's going to last a couple weeks or a couple months or even a couple years, and it's going to be done, right? Of course, you have no way to predict that. And that's the problem with the mind. It wants to control the outcome. And because it knows that it can't, it's like it's short-circuiting. It's like it's a computer program that is just like, it's like one of those Excel spreadsheets where you got your formula wrong. And then so it just kind of just stops. It just says, I can't calculate this because you're pulling from a number that's changing depending on what this cell's going to be. I don't know how to use Excel, or those spreadsheets are just so confusing to me. But it's looping back in on itself to the point where it just gives up and just says, I can't solve this because the data input is changing based on what the answer is going to be. So it's just a loop. It's an infinite loop. And that's the figure 8 of the 8 of Swords. Anybody who has done one of those spreadsheets, you know what I'm talking about, right? Let me know in the comments, yeah. So anyway, the mind is sort of realizing that it can't predict the future, it can't control the outcome, and so it just basically stops working. You get that blue screen of death. Your phone is just a brick now, paperweight. It's not going to work. So that's why we need to sort of remove that 8 of Swords and just feel a little bit of the guidance. Okay, feel what might be the right move here. The Hierophant up top is wisdom. Okay. What you could do here, I think you're a very principled person. You have standards. You have a code, right? You have a code of conduct. But with our Knight of Pentacles here, you have a building code. And as you make your choice right now, you have to base it on your code, your building code. Because it's kind of like saying, this is how I want my life to be. I have expectations, I have standards, I have a code for my future. And I'm not going to choose anything that's going to fall too far short of those expectations. So you're out there, you're going to build a house, you're going to buy a house. You have a particular code, a building code or a standard that you're looking for. You're not going to find the perfect house that has everything exactly up to your standard, but you will find a house that meets your expectations. Code, like our standards and our expectations can't be one-to-one. It's impossible. Because that is saying, like, I'm not going to do anything unless it's absolutely perfect. Nothing can be perfect. Your expectations cannot be equal to your standards. It needs to be off, just a little fraction of a hair's breadth is fine. It can be 9.9 to a 10, fine. But it can't be a 10, because that is impossible. And it's basically the equivalent to saying, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go after it. It's not going to happen. It will never be a reality, right? So you have a particular set of standards, and I think that you need to uphold those standards, this building code for what you want your life to be. And I think that I think you are a very principled person in that way. You have core values. So the question becomes, does this choice align with my core values? Okay. And I think that you have a very, like, I don't know, I feel like you have your own, I don't want to say you have your traditional or anything like that, but I feel like you have those core beliefs, those core values, and maybe even like a tradition that you feel like you're part of. You have your building code, and you're going to make sure that this choice, if you say yes to it, that it's something that deserves your commitment. Because again, once you say yes to something, it takes a spiritual crowbar to pry you away from that thing. So if you choose it, you're going to make sure that it's something that aligns with you, as it aligns with your spiritual identity and your kind of core values, okay? This is also the card that's saying that you do have a connection to your inner spiritual teacher, your spiritual guide. Wisdom, you're a very wise person. I think consciously. And I think that you need to know that the choice you're making is a wise choice. Yeah. And you need to seek advice from your spiritual guide. Yeah. You've got to align your choices right now with what feels sacred. Don't use logic, don't use math. Okay? You can listen to your feelings, but you have to even kind of put those aside as just the data points. You've got to connect with that spiritual self, your truest self. What is the wise choice here? not just the easy one. The easy one might just be might be that sort of null field of the spreadsheet that just says, I can't calculate it, so the answer is I'm not going to answer. It's not necessarily a no. It's I can't solve the equation. It's basically just abandoning the math test because we can't figure out the calculation. It's not that we're even going to put the wrong answer down. We're just going to walk away from the test. Okay? You got to realign with your inner teacher. What is the wise choice here? The wise choice. And the star card in this future position. I think it's very clear looking at these cards that this this choice, this union, this heck yes, 1,000% is going to lead you to good things. Your mind's in the way. Stop it. Stop your mind. Stop your thoughts from getting in the way. Your thoughts are interfering with what is a blessed path. I mean, look at it. Your higher self is saying yes. Your wallet or your future, your pocketbook, your accounting of your energy is saying, yeah. What's it going to cost us? Yeah, we could build it. You know, you have your higher wisdom saying, yeah, we can build this. Your heart saying, yeah, this is going to be fun. Let's build it. And the star is trying to show you the yellow brick road, but your mind is saying, well, I don't know. I've crunched the numbers and I don't know. It feels like there's a chance that needs to be taken here. So we have that star card. This is guidance. This is clarity. We can't see the clarity because our mind is overactive right now. Okay? Allow your energy to clear. Yeah. And I think that I kind of feel like recently you've had almost like a revelation. And maybe that's exactly what's going on here, is that you've had a vision. You've had a revelation. You've had a moment of unexpected hope or clarity. You know, where you just suddenly had a crystal clear perception of something. But then the mind started thinking again. And it's like, wait, no. Give me back that clarity, you know? Like Spirit gave you a vision of your yellow brick road, but then the mind kicked in and clouded that up, covered it up. And then we said, I can't see it anymore. You saw it once. Okay? Do the thing that feels simple, that feels like it's the truth. Okay? You are being guided. You're being divinely guided. And this is Spirit saying, keep going. This is Spirit saying, you're on the right track. You've got to say yes to that thing. And this is a card really that's asking for your faith and your hope and your trust. The mind can't trust anything that it can't calculate. That's exactly what this path is asking of you, faith. You know, if you need to, spend some time under starlight, spend some time near water, preferably a flowing water, to help you gain clarity. Okay? And notice in your life where you're being pulled. Okay? Your soul recognizes the path forward. I think Rilke said that the sailor may not know the north, may not be able to see the north, but knows that the needle can. Basically means that even when we don't understand the path forward and we can't calculate, we can't see the path forward. Of course, looking at our Knight of Pentacles, he can't see the path forward because it's clouded by these thoughts, by conflicting data, by the ifs, ands, or buts, by the tangle of Christmas lights. We can't see the future. We can't see the route. But you must know that your soul can. Your spiritual compass can. Follow that soft light. It's your yellow brick road to your Emerald City. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. These readings are totally free. Let me know which card on the path of the serpent resonates with you the most. Yeah. Your general energy is the Ace of Pentacles. Take the step. This is you knowing that this is truly the right step for you. Whether it's something at work, at home, at school, again, doesn't matter. If it's a relationship, if it's a spiritual path, you've got to start taking that step up the mountain. The Knight of Pentacles is at the base of the mountain, looking up at the top and thinking, should I go? I want to go to the top of the mountain. I know it's up there and I want to go up there. But what route should I take? Can't see the route. Well, we have to start. This is an opportunity. Okay? This is a seed that's being planted. And it could be about money, it could be about health at work, could be at home, could be physical, could be the body, could be that step in that relationship. It's the concrete step. Open the account, make the list, buy the tools, schedule the appointment, make the phone call, go on that first date. It's a practical opportunity that's forming. Okay? And this is exactly what we need to do. And that first step is usually the most difficult one. Because that first step is that's the commitment. Because again, once you say yes to something, you don't give up, you follow through. That's something that you've learned about yourself in your life, about following through with something. Okay? This is a concrete step. It's a solid step in that direction, saying yes to that. This is the beginning of that new thing. It could be that new job, new relationship. You're saying yes, and this is the result of you saying yes. You begin. Saying yes is that first step, really. Making that commitment. It's kind of like for you, Leo, when you commit to something, it's as good as done. When you give your word to somebody, they can just go do their own thing and go whatever because they know it's going to get done. Because that's just who you are. And that's what we have here with this Ace of Pentacles. Basically, if you take that first step, the 10 of Pentacles, guaranteed. If you start it, you're going to finish it. And see, that's kind of, that's the oak tree that's already imprinted in the seed. It's kind of like when you plant a seed, it's going to grow. And so somebody gives you a task to do, it's as good as done. And I think this is something that is really, really important to who you are. So when you take this first step, it is a lifelong kind of commitment. You're not going to quit until it's done, and it's not done till it's done right. Now, next card is, of course, the Wheel of Fortune. It's timing. This is luck. This is great good fortune. This is a shift. Okay? This is the card that's saying, look, Spirit is putting the right people, places, and things on your path when and where you need them. Spirit can put you in the right place at the right time, but if you don't know how to choose the thing or engage, this wheel is going to just roll right by you. See, Spirit can lead you to water, can't make you drink. Spirit can put the right people, places, and things on your path when and where you need them, can put you in the right place at the right time, but if we're stuck in our head, overanalyzing it, this window of time, this opportunity, this doorway is going to close. Okay? Say yes to that opportunity, even if it feels like it's coming at a weird time. Maybe especially if it's coming at a weird time. Okay? This is a stroke of luck that's giving you this doorway. There's momentum that's building up. Spirit's saying, look, this is a dynamo. This thing is going. And if you get on it, I think it's going to take you to your Empress life. Pay attention to synchronicities. Trust in that guidance. Synchronicities are the breadcrumbs on the yellow brick road. I don't know if you need breadcrumbs on a yellow brick road, but you get the idea. Okay. Pay attention to things that repeat. Numbers, phrases, patterns. A door is opening for you. Spirit's giving you a lot of green lights right now. Neon sign billboard saying, go this way. What are you waiting for? This turn is in your favor. You have to ask yourself, how do you cooperate with it? You have to engage with the people, places, and things that are put on your path when and where you need them. The green lights require that you hit the gas, you commit to going through the light. Okay. So something is turning in your favor here, and I think that this is a divine timing moment, which is different than our Four of Wands that we see next. The Four of Wands, this is what we don't want. How do we know when this is divine timing and not just me thinking, well, I guess I'll try again, right? Well, maybe it's both. Maybe this is where, we, and the reason why the Four of Wands is in this position could be because regardless of the divine timing, we feel like it's not really a good time for us. So I always look at especially when we get these two cards together, the Wheel of Fortune is divine timing, the Four of Wands is human timing. And right now what we have is divine timing, but our anxiety is that we're not ready, it's not a good time for us, or I just got out of a relationship, or I just got out of a situation, or, it's just not convenient. We've got to synchronize our watch with Spirit. We can't expect Spirit, we can't tell Spirit to wait. We can't say, well, you know what, it's inconvenient for me. Can you come back tomorrow at noon? No. No, Spirit can't do that. Okay. So to me, the Four of Wands here is, it's a conclusion. It's some kind of closure. Okay. Something is being wrapped up, and I think that it is an ending of a cycle. It's the ending of a search, even, right? It's the ending of this repeating habit. It's kind of like we're going around and around. We've been doing one thing after another again and again and again and again. The Wheel of Fortune is finally saying, okay, we're breaking this pattern, we're breaking that cycle. This is the one thing that's going to end this repeat. Okay? Because that Four of Wands is that merry-go-round. And this, to me, feels like we're breaking this cycle now. This is different. This choice is different. This opportunity now is a divinely given doorway to your Empress life. Otherwise, we go in this door and it's a revolving door, right? But we get stuck in the revolving door, we end up popping right back out where we were. So we're just spinning our wheels. We're just going round and round and round and round. This is different. This is a breakthrough. This is a transcending. This is a leveling up from this. This is not just the same old thing that you're repeating the same pattern again and it's going to be another trip around the circle. No. This is different. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards. That's a lot. So we're ending this cycle. This is the choice that ends all choices. Okay? And of course, we have our Empress here at the end. This is the relationship that's ready to grow. This is the life that is being produced and cultivated and created. Okay? This is pleasure. This is success. This is your garden, and your garden's growing, and you're living here as the best version of yourself, and you're living your best life, and it's going to require that you take care of it. Okay? This is the life that you're creating. And, you're going to enjoy that life, and you're going to tend to that garden. Because I feel like this is that paradise, and you're choosing this. If this is the relationship, this is the job, this is the friendship, this is your new house, this is your literally like a plot of land that you're buying or something, you're going to be the caretaker of it. You're going to be responsible. The work that you put into it, it's going to give you more than enough back. It's a real harvest. It's profit. Basically, it's going to pay you more than what you're putting in, if it's a business or something like this. This is the goal that you're seeking. This is the life that you want. And this is the choice that's going to bring you there. Let's look at the mystery card. An ace, maybe an ace of swords, I think would be perfect. A Leo power card would be nice if we got the strength card or we got a king of wands or something like that. I think an ace would be good. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's take a look. We have a page of wands. Well, the page of wands is good because it's kind of like saying, I don't know what this is going to be, but let's go. Let's do it anyway. Just taking a risk. Taking a risk, letting ourselves just go forward and not having any kind of expectations or predictions, not trying to control the outcome, just saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to set out on this path. It's going to be an adventure. I'm excited. I'm passionate. I think that this really is your quick response to something where it's kind of like we're overthinking. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to stop that. I'm just going to go. And so maybe it just feels impulsive. And maybe it is. But it's impulsivity that it's like a risk, right? It's a risk but it's not just reckless. It's not a careless risk. It's a risk that you've thought about for days probably, or months even. Now it's time to just leap in. Let yourself be a beginner here. I don't know the answer. I don't know the way. It's going to be exciting because I don't know it. So do the new thing, whatever it is, okay? Say yes. Say yes. And I think that sometimes this card is implying that we're going to say yes to something even if it doesn't last a long time. So maybe this is like, say yes to something knowing that you can change your mind later, I guess, sort of. Because I'm kind of feeling like you don't have to commit to the long term. And so maybe this is a little bit of a counterbalance to that Lover's card, that commitment, Leo, where we were talking about you. When you say yes to something, you're in it for the long haul. You don't quit. You don't give up until it's done right, and you follow through, and it will take a crowbar to pry you away from it and all that stuff. Maybe you're overthinking it. Maybe that is putting a little bit too much pressure on you. Maybe Spirit's trying to say, hey, just say yes to it. Go do it. Go explore. Don't have any expectations. And see what it evolves into. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself because that might be where your brain can't compute. That might be the wrong input in the spreadsheet. If I say yes to it, I can never quit it. Well, that might be the wrong way to look at it, huh? Maybe that's too much pressure. And it's short-circuiting the system to where we can't make a choice. So this might be the exact card we need that's saying, hey, let's just dive in. Let's just explore. Let's have fun. Let's not worry about the future. Let's not worry about whether this is going to be that perfect choice or not. Let's begin it with passion and energy and curiosity. And let's not think or worry beyond that. I still think that this is going to be a long-term commitment, and it's going to be the paradise that you want it to be. But don't worry. Don't overthink that future. Just enjoy the moment, feel good now, and do it and take that step. Don't even worry about the future there, I like that. We're going to do an extended reading as well. Click on the link in the corner. There's a link down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, Leo. All right? Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.